second one is on the capping of the stabilization fund. I think that the purpose of the fund was to provide some form of smoothing element. So in terms of volatility, and again in terms of the fact that oil resources are exhaustible. So why don't we, one, have a fund so that when prices are low, you bring in to cushion. This is very good. Unfortunately, from 2014, even before we did the amendment, we started capping without a basis. Now what happens is that you provide a certain form of discretion, and when we cap, what do we use the excess to do? We use it to pay debt. When you look at the trend between 2014 and now, in terms of the excess capping, what we've gotten after the capping, we've used more than 80% to pay debt and again into the contingency fund. Now what it means is that instead of stabilizing the budget, instead of providing some form of cushioning to the government, we are using our oil money more as a debt repayment strategy. There are two challenges with that. The first one is that we don't track what we use the loans for. So whilst, for instance, the ABFA, PIAC and Co. will track what we are using the oil revenues for. When you go and take a loan as a government, we don't normally track what you use the money for. So yes, this amount of money has gone into debt repayment. What we use it for, nobody knows. That is the first one. The second one is that even with the ABFA, it gives certain divisions. So we're going to use about 70% for capital investment. Then we're going to use 30% for goods and services. So if we are going to use the excess capping, which is oil money, to pay debt, are we going to also have the same strategy that 70% of the debt should be more like monies we took to do capital investment, and maybe 30% for? So there should be a form of discussion, a strategy that if this is coming to stay with us, then how are we going forward in terms of payment of debt? Who is going to even track what we use the money for, and since it's oil revenues? Then